Antimirandasya Gyananjanashalakaya Chakshurmuritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Nami Gauravani Pracharaya Sankalpamukte Krishna Shakti Sarvaya Bhakti Padaya Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pucharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kapasindhudaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shadaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I give my Sashtanga Pranam to lotus feet of our Gurudev and Krishna Vishnupad Ashtotra Shata Shishimad Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj. I'm praying for his causeless mercy. I offer my Sashtanga Pranam to the lotus feet of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada, whose glorious appearance day we can celebrate, and I pray for his causeless mercy. I offer my Sashtanga Pranam to the lotus feet of our Bhakti Sadhak Muni Goswami Maharaj, so Bhakti Acharya Sri Goswami Maharaj, to all present sannyasis, all Vaishnavas, and praying for the causeless mercy of all. This is the mercy of our Gurudev, and especially the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, that all of us were here. That is, I think, no exception. Maybe our Siddhanti Maharaj, maybe without his grace he would have, but he would have not been here in this place. He would have come to the path of bhakti, but not in the whole world. So we are extremely fortunate that we can remember his lotus feet, his glories. It is such a great opportunity to please Krishna. Yesterday I said, nothing is more auspicious than the appearance of Bhagavan in this world. That is not true. It was a lie, sorry. Nothing is more auspicious than the appearance of his dear devotee. This is even more auspicious. And it's more glorious, you can see. Everyone is glorifying, everybody is worshipping Krishna's appearance today, but we also do that, but heart is stolen by Srila Prabhupada's appearance. He is so much more with the Maharaj. Even on such a holy day, Nandotsav day, somehow we are forced to speak about Prabhupada, not in a loving force. No? We want to hear about him. So it is very nice that we can do this in such a beautiful assembly of Vaishnavas to hear about. Unfortunately, I missed the morning session. I was eager to come, but body did not allow that. Give one to Maharaj.
This is from yesterday. I'm giving to Gopinath.
Give one from today.
No, I gave.
But for us, Maharaj. So even on that day, sound okay. Also no problem. On that day when everybody is celebrating Krishna's appearance in Braj, we celebrate Srila Prabhupada's appearance in this world, and he brought this Braj all over the world. By him was done something which has never been done in the whole history of mankind. And it is questionable whether somebody can do that in the future or not. What he has done, nobody has done. He changed the history of this planet, he changed the whole planet, basically. And he always gave all credit to his Gurudev. He never said, I am doing something. At the end of his life, he said, I don't know whether I have done anything good. I don't know, but one thing I did, I never changed the letter of my Gurudev's words. And this is the power of the Guru Parampara. By this he came. When you hear his lectures, this is a pure Gaudiya Siddhanta. There is no compromise. He compromised externally because it's necessary. But he's Acharya, they can do. But in philosophy, in the Siddhanta, there was no compromise. And that is really beautiful. You can hear the lectures which he spoke. This is pure Gaudiya Siddhanta. It is very beautiful. And our Gurudev, he was very much intimately connected with Srila Prabhupada, so we're very fortunate. He so much appreciated what he has done. And there are some letters, 3 letters Srila Prabhupada wrote to our Gurudev, our Guru Vishnu Raj, he kept them. Where in one letter he is requesting him to secure the place in Jagannath Puri, Srila Prabhupada's birthplace. So he did not know that already Srila Bhaktivedanta Maharaj Goswami Maharaj, he did everything. So he requested him and he sent some donation to give to Srila Madhava Maharaj. He gave to our Gurudev. He said, give in my name, I will give you later the money. Like this. And also Srila Prabhupada, he very much appreciated our Gurudev's non-envious support and his full appreciation for his mission. Gurudev always, he was always supporting him. Actually, Srila Prabhupada asked our Gurudev, when Gurudev was temple president in Kobur in Andhra Pradesh and in Chennai, both temples Guru Maharaj managed for the Chaitanya Math. That time Prabhupada asked him, why you not come with me to the West? And Gurudev, he said, how can I do? I have these responsibilities, how could I go? So when he came finally, 98, Gurudev came, 96 he came. And then in Vienna when he came, he said, when he came 99, Gurudev, then he said, Srila Prabhupada requested me. And I refused his request, so he felt very much guilty. So to give her back his offense to someone, now I'm coming to the West. And all disciples of Srila Prabhupada, he treated like his sons. He had so much affection for them. And they also saw the same spiritual purity and power in our Gurudev, like they have had from Srila Prabhupada, because before Prabhupada, no Guru came to the West and did not fall down. Nobody could digest this Western culture. From India, some yogis came, but they all got influenced by this Western culture. But Prabhupada, he kept his purity. He got so much money, he was surely one of the richest people in the world at this time. But he never changed his lifestyle, he never changed anything. He had his one suitcase, his one set of dress, his typewriter, nothing. He never want anything more than that. So that is, and he said once, they asked him, you have no mystic powers? Can you show some other yogis? He said, you can put me in one room with beautiful young girls, my mind will not change. That is real mystic power. That is the greatest power in this world, is this attraction between man and woman, but he was completely transcendental to these things. Therefore he could preach here in the West. Which Acharya could do that what he has done? No one. No one. He came to the West and he was staying with people who did not know even how to clean themselves after toilet, who did not know how to eat, how to sit, how to speak, and then nothing they knew. And he was staying with them together. He was waiting morning time in the queue to get a shower in the ashram. Can you imagine which guru would do that? And he never said anything, he just happy. He was in the park, there, hippies were holding hands, man, woman, all together. He was sitting in the middle chanting Hare Krishna and smiling and happy. tears come to all of them. Which guru could tolerate this? They are not following anything, but he does not care for this, because the Nityananda's energy came to him. In the words of our Bhakti Goswami Maharaj, he said, he is a Shakti Aveshavata. Nityananda's Shakti, he came to him. But otherwise, how he could do what he has done? He is Ananta, Nityananda. He has changed the whole world. Yes, so that he did not care for any external things. Only one thing, he wanted to give love. He came just to give prema, nothing else, not philosophy, nothing. When you see the first, that's just what he gave. He wanted to give Radha Krishna's prema. And then he saw they are stones lying around, they don't know how to behave, nothing. Okay, he changed the Bhagavad Gita to me. But he wanted to give, what is the conclusion of Chaitanya Charitamrita? What is Mahaprabhu's message? He wanted to give this, and that was his mission for what he came. So when that, I asked many of his disciples, when I meet them, I ask them, what did attract you to sacrifice your life to Prabhupada? Because that time, really, who joined, they sacrificed. This generation, they are incredible. You can see them even today, even they are sick, they are whatever, half dead, they will never give up. They have this spirit. So I asked them why. I asked Bhaktadas, especially, and he's now very much connected to our mission also. And I asked him, what did attract you to Prabhupada? And he said, when he had a temple in Chicago, that time he was leading, and when Prabhupada came, all gave food on the wood, all fell on the floor. And Prabhupada just patting them on the back, and he said, we were floating in an ocean of ecstasy. I never felt so much love from any person. That is, he's not by his philosophy, not by anything, by his love, he changed the world. This is Nityananda's unconditional love. If you want to see that in this world, this is Srila Prabhupada. And therefore he was so successful, so attractive. People gave their life to him. They sacrificed everything. I just saw one interview, one Prabhupada disciple. He read the Gita for 1 week and joined the temple. Finished. This was the spirit. Nowadays, they read it for 15 years and looking everything in the internet and know better than every guru. They never join, they never surrender nothing. But that time, just reading Prabhupada's words, his words have such a power. And even they changed the books. You cannot take out Prabhupada's power out of the books. Maybe they change some words, but his spirit is inside. It is completely disarming. If you read Prabhupada's books with some little open heart, it will take you. You feel, how to say, helpless. It will helpless take you and put your mind to serve Krishna. This is his power. He was the one who, what Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta started to design, a way to preach this Krishna consciousness to the people outside of Varnashram Dharma. No one has done this before Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta. All acharyas, they gave so many commentaries, but everything based on Varnashram Dharma. If you read Vishnu Chakravarti Goswami's all, that was still there. But Bhaktisiddhanta was thinking how to transcend it, how to break out from these boundaries of Varnashram Dharma. And Prabhupada, he took it and put it into practice. And extreme practice. No, he went to the lowest of the low. He's like Nityananda's Patita Pavana. So that same spirit he went. And so all the devotees who met him, they were attracted, they were captured by this unconditional love of Prabhupada. So therefore we are all here. You can imagine, he renounced his sleeping to give Bhagavatam to us. This is incredible, who can do that? He stopped basically sleeping just to translate the book. This is the love. This is not I love you, it's not love, but this is love. To stop sleeping and to give what he has done. I mean, unfortunately he could not complete it. But this Bhagavatam, what he has given, and you read, every letter is realized. This is realization. How he's speaking, how he's writing, how he is explaining. This is full realization. If you read his purport, actually hairs standing on it, what he is writing in this. And this he gave, he sacrificed his life for this. And now we have all the books, keep it in the shelf and keep it there. And take out. When our Gurudev came to Italy, in every Italian house, there is Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, and Guru Maharaj said, like a museum. Everywhere they keep the book, but they all knew. Like nobody touched them, sometimes still sealed. So that is not why he gave. He gave these books, give his prana, and we take these books and read it and try to think also. And he introduced this Nityam Bhagavata Seva because he knew this Bhagavatam is a bomb. He understood this message of Bhagavatam is a bomb. Yadvad Visargo Janatago Viprabhu. This is a Janataga Viprabhu. He translated a revolution. This is a spiritual revolution, and he was giving his life for this. He understood the value of this. He came with this Bhagavatam, one box of Bhagavatam and 40 rupees. That was all his asset, how he came, and he changed the whole world with this. And of course, with his full faith in the Holy Name. Full faith. Nothing was working, so what to do? Take some Karv Kartar and cry for Krishna. That was what he has done. And you see, he just singing this simple tune, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. No complicated raga, nothing. But how it went inside the heart of the people. It was not by music. Kirtan is not music. This is not like you have to. Kirtan means to give your heart. And he did that. He was really chanting for the whole universe. And he got this. So it is really our great fortune. Guru Maharaj, when Guru Maharaj speak about Srila Prabhupada, he would cry. He could not keep his tears. And he was invited every year also, Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan, in Kartik, when his disappearance there. And Guru Maharaj, last year he could no go due to his health, but every year he would go. And he would chastise them. What you have done with Prabhupada's work. Then one year he asked, where are all the dandas? What you have done, he has given his life for this mission, what you are doing. So Prabhupada, what he has given, we should preserve that. We should worship what he has given. We should really care for that. It is such a gift, what he has given. Nobody has given. What Mahaprabhu has given, nobody has given outside of the world. Only within India. So Prabhupada he gave. Where are the dandas means so many dandas were there? Sannyasi dandas. Where they have gone? What happened? How you can treat this gift what you got like this? Just throw it. That is Guru Maharaj.
Where danda means what is the meaning of having a danda?
No, where are the dandas? Where are the sannyasis?
There is no sannyas.
Yes. He was crying when he said this. He gave his life and what are you doing? He felt so much for Prabhupada's sacrifice. Because he did that, and you can see within 10-11 years he finished all his prana. Can you imagine 69 years? Now I'm 52, but what he came, he was cooking, he was playing Radha, he was giving class, taking care for devotees, writing books. Who can do that? Not 1 to 3 days, 10 years straight. This energy, even Guru Maharaj said, when he asked him, please come with me to the West, and Guru Maharaj said, oh, I have not so much energy, I cannot tolerate this cold also, I cannot come with you. Prabhupada, how he came to the winter, everything, he tolerated everything, and full energy. He was there for his disciples, he wrote thousands of letters by hand. He was always there for his disciples, and wrote these books, and take care for everything. So this, who can do this? That is extraordinary Shakti. Only Nityananda Prabhu has done to him. So we are, what to give to Prabhupada? We have nothing to give. Even if we give this life, what is that? So what he has given to us, we can never repay. We can just they realize what he has done. Many, not many, some Indian godmothers, they criticize him. Oh, why are you going and changing some things? But who came to the West? They realize what he has done. How difficult it is to preach here. Now we can see some sannyasis, some gurus think, oh, we will do like Prabhupada. Maybe we are better singers, we can play Mridanga, do nice kirtan. They come, they realize we cannot do anything in this way. He has done everything. It is wonderful. He was not the best singer, he was not the best preacher, he was not the best anything, but Nityananda chose him. So he got this incredible task to fulfill. His Gurudev told him from the first meeting when he met him and said, you are very expert in English, you speak nice English, go and preach that message in English language. That was 1922 or something. So it took 40 years to him to prepare, and he never stopped thinking of how to fulfill the desire of my Gurudev. And he tried so many things. His business failed, his family life failed, his preaching failed, everything failed. After so much failure, he came to the West. Then that failed also. He wanted to go back. He went to the steamer company, to the ship company, and he said, no, you stay here, Swamiji. He wanted to go back, take me back. He came by one cargo ship. And he wanted to go back, and they said, no, you stay here. Then he was, why I'm coming to this godless country? So what to do? He cried for Krishna, and Krishna sent thousands, and the thing exploded. But everything failed so many times up to that point. He completely accepted whatever Krishna is doing for him. So it's not easy. Not that he immediately went to the West and did everything easily. Nothing. It was so much hard struggle. He was printing books in India, printing magazines. Himself, he went on the streets to distribute it. How much work he has done. This is really incredible. And his spirit never came down, and then he came to the West. And he did it also here. So really, it is wonderful to hear about him. It is beautiful. So many leelas, so many stories, so many devotees have their experience with him, and every single one is really beautiful. So I'm praying to the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. May he bless us all. She's always very shy.
Would you like to share something more about Prabhupada is good, because I don't have something more about Prabhupada and I cannot explain.
Something you say and they can
Guru Tattva. Nandotsava, whatever.
So many things you have in your heart, Maharaj. Share with me.
Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vaibhava Puri Goswami Namine Gauravani Pracharaya Drudha Sankalpamurtaye Krishna Sakti Swarupaya Bhakti Pradaya Namo. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ajanulambita bhujo kanakabalato sankirtanaika biharo kamalayatato Vishwambaro nijavaro jugadharma palo Bande jagat priyakaro karunavatar Tamadidevam karunanidhanam जं प्रवजन्तमनुपेतमपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनविरहकातरहाजुभावो पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेदु तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मुनिमां नतोऽस्मि। भागीसजस्य वदने लक्ष्मीर्च जस्य वक्षसि जस्यास्ति हृदये संवित् तं नृसिंहं अहं भजे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। श्रीवृन्दाय तुलसीदेव्यै प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्णभक्तिप्रदे देवी सत्यव्रते नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। First of all, I offer my honorable Sastam Dandavad Pranam. My spiritual master is Divine Grace. Nitya Pravishtam Vishnu Pada Ashpata Sutta Srishti Masila Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Srila Guru Maharaj, and pray his causeless mercy. Then I offer my honorable Sastam Dandavad Pranam to Nitya Pravishtam Param Pujapada Swami Bhakti Vedanta Sri Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and pray his causeless mercy. I offer my honorable Sastam Dandavad Pranam to Swami Bhakti Vedanta Sri Goswami Maharaj, and pray his causeless mercy to all our Guru Bhargava and Param Pujapada Swami Nitya Pravishtam Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada, and pray his causeless mercy. And today is appearance day, so I like the morning time. Sripad Madan Gopal Prabhu has explained, Vaishnavas are very merciful, but in the appearance day and disappearance day, they open their mercy more. Everyone participate in that festival. So I am listening so much glories. How much we glorify Him day and night also, it will be not sufficient to glorify Him. So I offer my pranam to Him. Also to Jagat Guru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada, who is the main origin of the Shuddha Bhakti Vinod Dhara. I offer my pranam, Sastam pranam to him, and all our Guru Bhargava, Guru Parampara, Rupananda Acharya Govinda, here assembled all sannyasi, Nitya Lapatulation, Bhakti Sadhak Muni Maharaj, all respected dear devotees. Sometime once our Pujapad Bhakti Vichar Vishnu Maharaj was telling to us that one day he and other brahmacharis and sannyasi, they went to Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj and said, we have to follow our Guru Bhargava. How they preach, we have to do like, we should do like this. Bhakti, our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, how he preached. First he came, then he chanted 10 years, 3 lakh in making Radha Kunda, Shyam Kunda, Giri Govardhan in Mayapur. Then he started to preach. And our Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he was 10 years, he was chanting in Damodar Mandir. Then he started to preach. But our Guru Maharaj said, you go to preach. what can we preach? So we should follow him. So to please you tell you, because everyone is afraid to speak with Guru Maharaj. He was very mood in the like lion. So if they have to tell something, they will tell to Bhakti Siman Janardhan Goswami Maharaj, and Bhakti Janardhan Goswami Maharaj will tell to Guru Maharaj, because he is the vice president, Bhakti Siman Janardhan Goswami. So Janardhan Goswami Maharaj said, no need to tell your Guru, but I know this answer. What is the system? You cannot be imitated. Like Prabhupada did 10 years chanting Radha Kunda Samakunda, you sit there and you chant 10 years like you think you will be like one Prabhupada. You like this. It is not for you. It is not for you. After they realize it, after they chant, after what they receive, for the people, for you, what is necessary, they made a temple. They said you have to come Mangalarti, you have to do Kirtan, you have to do 16 round chanting, you have to do Seva, you have to do this. They made this process. Otherwise they could tell their disciples, no temple, you go. You go to chant 10 years, then you come. They should tell like this. But why they did not say? Like Prabhu was described this morning. Prabhupada told to his disciples, you go to sell the books. Preach. Sell means you distribute the books. Because for you it is necessary. They know what is necessary, they realize and they preach. So we should follow that. We should not think, I will be also like this, I have to do like this. So, because Maharaj said it, I was also thinking like to do this. But Janardhan said, no, you should not do like that. It is not possible. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. Because they are not ordinary person. You don't think they chanted 10 years, then they got energy, they preach. You don't think it is like this. It is not like this. He is a Nayana Manjari. He is a Nayana Manjari. He is Gaudiya, Radha Gaudiya. So how can you think they are doing Leela? When they are doing some Leela, that how to chant, how to practice, how to be sadhana, they did strong sadhana. Now, what Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, what he did in West, someone can do more than that effort also. Someone also cannot sleep, cannot write, cannot sleep and whole day write and book and preach, go to home. But he cannot do. Because they are not ordinary person. They are not sadhaka. They are siddha purusha. They are came from that world. Otherwise not possible. You speak Harikatha, 1 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 1 place, 10 year, 20 year, nothing changed. It is my experience, I tell you. In one place, 10 years continuous speaking, people are listening, yes. Program finish. So means they came from this, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent their people to do the work. But we cannot preach. Preaching is not like one can do. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami said, Krishna's Shakti Prachar. Krishna himself preached. When he want to preach, he is sending people preaching. He sent Shankaracharya. Krishna said to Shankaracharya, to Shiva you go, you preach the Maya. Otherwise who can do these things? So, when we see something like in Bhagavad Gita said, Paurusam Drus Raso Aham Apsu Kaunteya Pravasmi Sasisurjayo. Pranavaha sarvavedasu sabdam ke paurusam nrusu. Paurusam nrusu. What is paurusa of a person? What is doing? What is activity? It is not ordinary person. It is nothing a person of what is doing. When Krishna wants to do something, he imposes some power to him, and he is working on his body. When he sees some pure soul, when he sees some a good person, then he imposes his power there to work. This is the Guru Tattva. That what is Guru? Guru is not a body. Guru is the Supreme Lord himself. He is work. When see a person, when the Supreme Lord see a good person, like good qualities, then he gives some, he is entering there. And from that body, he is working. He is speaking everything, he is doing everything, he is doing things. So, that's why Maharaj said it, because sometimes we are also to tell to Krishna Maharaj, I will go also to some place, to do 10 years, 5 years. Some of us always think like this, I can be do like this, something also. Something is coming when sometimes. So he told, what Gurudev said to us, we have to do that. If we could do that, all that is sufficient for us. We are, what we will preach? You don't know, you can liberate or not. Yourself, you don't know, you can get Radha Rani's lotus feet or not in this life. You are so much full of ignorant, and you are so much full of the Maya. What do you think about them? What do you think I will be like this, preach like this? You cannot be like this. If what Gurudev said to you, if you could do that, then you can also go to Radharani's lotus feet. So, because sometimes we have a desire to be pratishtha. This is a lot of, this is a great Maya pratishtha. I want to be a great name and fame person in this world. I will do like this. So everyone will respect me, everyone will tell my name, everyone will do like this. So this is always a warning also. Always warning us to me and to everyone. Because we are hungry only for a lot of prestige. Lot of prestige. Great one. So this is the thing. They are already, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada that I will send my people to you to preach. You don't do. So all the disciples of Prabhupada, they are not ordinary persons. They came from that world to preach. If we will imitate to them, we will fall down. And we will, because we are thinking, I will be like that. What you will do that, you cannot liberate, you will go to punish, rectify. So, this is the things always I listen from Guru Varga, our brothers and some teachers, they are not ordinary person. But if we every day, we can attend Mangala Arati. If we every day, we can do our Path Kirtan daily. And if we continuously up to death of life, we could continue chanting our 16 round minimum. And we can do some seva without any selfishness. This life, this body, this mind, only for Krishna. Not only Krishna. What Krishna said, Trivir Gunamayur Bhavi Revi Sarvam Idam Jab Mohitam Navi Janati Manavya Param Abhayo Daivi Hesa Gunamayi Mamamaya Durataya Manavya Prapadanti Maya Vetam. This whole world, everyone, affected by three guna, Sattva, Raja, Tama, Trivir Gunamayi Bhavi Revitam Mohitam Sarvaja. Everyone Mohitam. They don't know Krishna, the Supreme Power. And Krishna said, if someone will surrender to me, then only he free from Maya. Who is? We don't see Krishna. How can we surrender to him? How can we surrender to him? Krishna appeared in this world as a Guru and a Vaishnava. Our everything, what is belongs to me, this is belongs to Guru. I cannot be used a single thing for myself, for my use, because everything is Guru's. When this much dedication one person will get, and he is not only get, he will realize always this everything, my body, my mind, my effort, my money, my everything, it just belongs to Guru. Then you can be liberated. Think about the preach. One day, Guru Maharaj in Baleshwar, I was with Guru Maharaj, and he was speaking some Harikatha, and he said, "What is this preaching? Make a pendant, big mic, big box, big these things." But no one, 3 hours speaking, no one listened. Hare Krishna, the dancing, it finished. But what Mahaprabhu, how many made a pendal to preach? No pendal. Just he is not, never he arranged some Harikatha program also. Just he went to South India, he went to North India, whole village, change it. Every village, one person, just by see the Mahaprabhu, people change it. एमन कृपाळु नाही सुनी त्रिभुवने कृष्ण प्रेम হয় যার দূরদর্শন कृष्णदास कविराज बोले एमन कृपाळु नाही सुनी त्रिभुवने कृष्ण प्रेम হয় যার দূরদর্শনে when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going Vrindavan, that time Pratap Rudradev, he was living in Cuttack, so Mahaprabhu had to cross Cuttack to go. That time, Pratap Rudradev said Mahaprabhu does not like the woman go near. So he told his wife, you go to the roof, top of the roof and see Mahaprabhu. And the queens of the Pratap Rudradev, they saw Mahaprabhu is coming. By just saw Mahaprabhu, this roll on the roof started to cry, Krishna, 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 Prem is it. Emana Kurpalu nahi suni tribhuvane, Guru Maharaj always reciting this verse. Emana Kurpalu nahi suni tribhuvane, Krishna prema hoy jar dura darasane. Only by darshan, only by the taking darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu they Krishna prema. We are chanting, listening, practicing, still what to pray, we also know bhav also. We could not able to destroy our anartha also. We so many anartha we have. We cannot destroy. We are not able to destroy something. What is this preaching? You have to, because we have a anya vilasita. Always we have a anya vilasita. We are not anya vilas sunyam, but we say I am anya vilas sunyam. We speak to others, but we are always anya vilas. Bhukti mukti pisachi javat hruti nate katham sadhu prema surset. We have no sadhu prema. What to have a guru prema? What to have a Krishna prema? When we see a sadhu, we are envious to him. Guru Maharaj this was telling. When we see Vaishnava, oh Vaishnava Thakur Dandava Pranam, but Hridaya, when we see Vaishnava, is like something is pain. Oh, how this Vaishnava came? He will take my prestige. He will take my money. How can if you have no love to sadhu, if you don't love her to a Vaishnava devotee, how can you get love to Krishna Prema? Those who should be loved, necessary. If you have no love to Vaishnava, if you have no love to the sadhus, devotees, how can you love to animals? How can you love to the people? It's not possible. It's not impossible, this is thing. So much paining this is. We could not able to, even if I know, even if I tell, but still I am paining when something is, the situation is coming. because no good sadhana. We have no practice. Real our anyavilasita is full of anyavilasita is there. So this is sometimes Pujyapat Vishnu Maharaj was discussing with the brahmacharis when he was how this was told by Bhaktijivan Janardhan Goswami Maharaj to him, and he was telling this point. You have to be very simple practice. You don't to be like very. You think you don't. Never you think that I will be like this, I will be like that, I will be like this. What Gurudev said? Simple living. I think how you can attain Radharani lotus feet. You think preaching, if Mahaprabhu have to do by you, he will do. But you cannot do. If you think I can do, you will make only anartha and you will be lot of problem you will create. But not that is means Guru Maharaj said you have to go to preach. Means it is not preaching. He said it is your engagement. You are not preaching. You go. Mahaprabhu will. This is you should not think that I will preach. It is order of Gurudev. You do this seva. This is a seva. You are not speaking there. There is Krishna is speaking. There is Gurudev is speaking. Always you think it. Gurudev told me I am doing this seva. This is a seva for Gurudev only. I am not preacher. I am not a real speaker. The speaker is Guru. The speaker is Mahaprabhu. This have to be always think about it. Then something will be come good. So whenever like Maharaj before said, those who did not come to the West, they don't know how and what did Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Prabhupada. I also did not know. I was one example of him, his lecture. I did not know. When from we are child, we see our Guru Maharaj. I never know. Also, I came temple life also. I did not know about ISKCON also. Because we born from one village. And from village there was a temple, Vishnu Maharaj was living there and he was preaching there. Then we came to Seva Kunj temple. Then I did not know these things completely. But when I came here and I see how possible, where is Australia? I did not know what is the distance, what is the and where is Australia, where is Africa, where is Mauritius, where is there? I went Mauritius and Prabhupada went once there in the great temple. Oh my God, how possible? Once he went there, every place he went, there is one temple now. Not only simple temple, great temple. How possible?
Also to Russia.
Russia, everywhere. Kenya, he went once Kenya, also in there. So this is then I think, how possible? In 10 years, all world is preaching. Not only he was sitting and chanting in the garden. This is only beginning. But the writing book, then make a association, then have to preach, go to different countries. This is not an ordinary work. Our Guru Maharaj said in Italy in one lecture, Prabhupada is an acharya. There are many acharyas, but like Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he is the lion of the acharya. And this type of acharya is coming after 1,000 years. See, it is very rare acharya is coming like this. It is so we should not think it, and always we have to respect him. Always we have to be very obedience every day, not every day, every moment of our life. We have to obedience to him and to remember him. Because they did work, they did seva for us. How we can be free from our ignorance, how we can be liberated from this material world, and we will attain to Radharani's lotus feet. They did lot of seva for that. We respect him, we remember him, and we will be practice our life. Then we will be benefited. This I think. So maybe there are other speakers are there, they will speak. So I offer my this Bani Puspanjali on the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and all our Guru Varga, all brahmacharis.
Время матушки, este stupid sempre sang, Pablo se vea sempre. Pero nu este înțelesul de el. Bine? Nu înțelesul de el. Put on the middle. Na, kom zet zich bitte her. Nimm das Mikrofon, dass man dich hört. Das Mikrofon geht da drüben. Na?
No, I'm sitting here. I cannot escape today, I know. I have to say something about our content, but of course for the Vaishnavas and for my own glorification too. And this is a heavy moment. You know, it would be good. I was thinking maybe you ask some question, I can answer it. This would be more spontaneous for me, and then I don't have to think what I have to tell, and so maybe you can answer. Is this okay for you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Question.
I have a question.
That will be a long session, I feel.
If you don't have some questions,
I have a
please.
I want to ask what Srila Prabhupada had that made you decide to choose him for a guru? What was like the most important impacting thing for you?
Yeah, I saw in him his great compassion to them and his great love for the conditioned soul of us. Once I remember the front reporter asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, why are you traveling so much around the world? And Prabhupada looked at the reporter and said, because you don't have to travel 8,400,000 times through pieces of life. Yeah, this impressed me so much.
Yes. What attracted you to join Krishna consciousness?
Yeah, I'm looking so much, actually, so as I'm thinking, what is the purpose of life? Why I'm here? And yeah, then I became the Bhagavad Gita on the street. Some devotee gave it to me, and then I was thinking this the answer of all my questions actually. And then, yeah, I joined the temple after 2 weeks. Then, yeah, I get
The spirit, selfies, anymore.
yeah.
Please go for the camera. It's going there. Loudly, yeah, what's the
How was
question?
your first meeting with Srila Prabhupada?
Nice.
My first meeting was by my second initiation 76. And you might know it was. And yeah, it was a huge 1977, he came to Charleston, to England, and we all knew he was very, very sick. And then when we saw Prabhupada the first time, oh God, he was already, his body was so skinny, and so his body was so sick, and I saw him then the second time. It was a very special meeting, and he was waiting for us in his room, and at that time the Swiss devotees and the German devotees was the bestest speaker in the world, and then he knows Prabhupada, and then he waiting for us there, and when we arrived there, Bhaktivedanta Manor it was, and Raikesh at that time, he said, go quickly to Prabhupada, take a shower and go to Prabhupada. And then, he went to Prabhupada. He was waiting for us, and then he asked, you understood the philosophy? And then after a while, it was some brief while, and then after a while, then the devotees began to recite the Bhagavad Gita Shloka, some of the Bhagavad Gita Shloka, and then Prabhupada said, first you have to understand you are eternal. He said, this I never forget when he was saying that. I'm easily crying so much because this body is under transcendental tears. I'm so sentimental and emotional, sorry for that. Something else?
What was it that made you choose to dedicate your life and all of your energy in the service of Prabhupada?
Like I said, I was searching my whole life actually what is the purpose of life. I am here and why I'm coming and what is after that. And when I find the answer in the Bhagavad Gita, then I know I have to not search anymore any longer. So, but that's why I'm still here today, because I know when I'm going out, what comes there. When I'm going out, then what is there? Nothing. So that's why this inspired me to stay in the tent, when we were back the association to Vaishnava.
What instruction from Srila Prabhupada was most impactful in your life?
Prabhupada gave so much instructions.
In the mic, I can't hear you.
Sorry. Prabhupada gave so much instructions. And what can I say? I feel not as his disciple actually. I'm a disciple of Maya actually. What can I say? I try to follow somehow.
Do you still remember the first time when you felt Krishna Prema in your heart?
I have no Krishna Prema at all. How can I say I feel the first time, because I don't have. No. I remember first, this is not Krishna Prema. When in the early times we had a newspaper, we printing a newspaper, and we going into early time, we going to the railway station when people went to the work in the morning, and we gave them this newspaper in their hand, like Bill Zeitung in Germany or something like this. And when I distributed my thing, my stuff, then I went to the bus, and then they're playing Prabhupada. And then I felt he comes in my heart.
Two words.
Arjuna.
Arjuna, Cecily should come.
I should start crying. So actually, I'm very fortunate and very unfortunate at the same time, because actually the first time I came in contact with the devotees, with the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, already in 1974. And then in 1976, when Srila Prabhupada came to Schloss Radha in Germany, some devotees were distributing invitation cards in our town, which was not so far away. And I really was thinking to go. This was Madhura Prabhu. With him I went later out and sent it, and he gave me this invitation card. But then I was in high school, and then the director was speaking through the loudspeakers. You have to be very careful. There's some dangerous sect outside who is propagating to go to some festival. So that made it particularly interesting. But of course, at that time I was just 15 or 16 years old, and had not the opportunity to meet Srila Prabhupada in Schloss Rettershof. That's why I'm very unfortunate. But somehow I was very fortunate, because he took care of me anyway in various ways. The devotees, when we were living near Heidelberg at that time, and there was a small temple. My sister used to go there for having free vegetarian food. She was vegetarian. And she always brought these back to Gaudiya magazines. And somehow I liked them to read. I didn't understand anything. I still don't, but it was very somehow attractive. And then under Langerschaft, another devotee, he gave me Science of Self-Realization in German in 1979 on the house, on the door to door. I also started to read the book, but I didn't understand anything. So, but eventually I met devotees, and they invited me to come to the temple, and I always had the feeling Srila Prabhupada
question of not fully surrendering. And this was still actually going on in the early 80s, so now it's a little different. I mean, as a general institution, but Srila Prabhupada gave this full surrender, everything to Krishna. So I pray for his mercy to spend my last years serving the devotees. I pray also your mercy. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada.
To speak on this day, but I was asked or ordered to say for many years. Again and again, I refused. Now I could not anymore because the pressure is too big. All I can say, it's a little similar than Arjuna's story. Like 1975, with 16 years, I started to realize this is not the life just having a human body and not using it for anything useful. So at that time in the 70s in my hometown, Salzburg, everything that you can imagine in spiritual opportunities was there in the streets. So Hare Krishnas were there distributing and chanting. There were so many yoga groups. My first spiritual journey went through the transcendental meditation of Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, which then I realized many devotees I come across actually have the same past. But then somehow, the more attraction I had for the message of love of Krishna, I still could not follow the invitations the institution gave on the streets. Or I went to programs, and I was discussed. I remember I had quite fierce discussions with Hare Swami, the gurus there. But what I actually do remember from that time, 1970s, is the taste of the prasadam after the program. Especially the halwa, which was really a transcendental substance, no joke. And I would have had a chance to just, because the presence of Srila Prabhupada on the planet in that time, but I did not meet him, never met him. I met him through his devotees, who were so kind to be very uncomfortable, pulling one, pushing one, tempting one, forcing one into putting one's mind into this message. I remember, I don't know where it went, I had one beautiful original edition of Bhagavad Gita of Srila Prabhupada, which I read, but not understanding any word, but still chanting the Sanskrit verses in like an ecstasy and trying to enter. But it took a very long journey for me to really make Krishna consciousness part of my life seriously. On and off, I went to temples, wherever I went in my life. Krishna was always inviting again and again. But the institutional side took care that I could not seriously join. It took a long time until finally, through the Kirtan of Sudev and Kishore Mohan, I have been listening to Kirtan, Krishna Kirtan, many decades. And when I heard this Kirtan, I realized there's something more, something deeper, something more familiar to my heart. And immediately I had the realization, this is my family. I have this feeling, this is my family. Not just, oh, I'm attracted and this is so spiritual, and this, whatever reasons one has to listen to Kirtan and think about the philosophy and be open to Harikatha. But it's this feeling, I do belong there. So this made me belong. So I was researching and then found out about my Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj, was a very dear friend of Srila Prabhupada. And only through his mercy, I could actually create a relationship in my heart to Srila Prabhupada. Until then, there was just awe and reverence. And the realization, this person and his message is way beyond my capacity. That much I had meditated upon to realize. So it took, I would say, the nearest and dearest of Srila Prabhupada to open my heart to his message. I had the same experience like Arjuna when I went to temples or to programs of devotees. His presence in the form of his murti was so astounding. So with other gurus, I know all the sanghas, they have murtis of their gurus, devs, in the temples or even at home. I never had the same experience except for Srila Prabhupada's murti. So he's present in his books, he's present in his temples, in the form of his murti, he's present in his preaching, he's present in the heart of his devotees who still have this original fervor, this original kindling spark their spiritual career in this life started with. And this is the inspiration that I give credit to only to Srila Prabhupada. To this very day, I say the same thing as everybody has said. Without him and his superhuman contribution, his superhuman acts and superhuman, what do you say, if you do something for a very long time and don't give up, what's in there? Perseverance. Perseverance. His superhuman perseverance is the cause for us sitting here, being able to open our hearts to something beyond our stupid material life, which is catching us whenever we go out of this room, out of the association with devotees. This is all due to this transcendental endeavor. From number one to from A to Z, it's just a purely transcendental endeavor he undertook. So my heart goes out to him on this day to keep on attracting and blessing me through so many channels and so many mediums, so that I may at least catch a tiny speck of what it's all about. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radha. I remember I to chant the holy name. And I think I never speak like this when was Srila Prabhupada appearance or disappearance day. Anyway, so I was thinking what I can share because some like devotees from other parivars and other branches of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu movement, which we hear is so many realizations and nectar. So I was thinking to share some what was my connection with Srila Prabhupada disciples, because I joined ISKCON, and mostly my life I live around, and I met quite some Srila Prabhupada disciples. I'm sorry, but mostly in my life, when I speak about Prabhupada, I mean Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, but of course, in others, Param Gurus, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, all Srila Prabhupada. So I try to be following this Krishna consciousness like 30 years, and also I met few other disciples of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, like was Bhakti Goswami Maharaj. I think I met him 2 times in Vrindavan, where he was of his disciples and my friends. And I saw Bhaktivedanta Narayana Maharaj, I think 2 times, one time in France, one time in, I think from distance in Vrindavan also. And, but mostly we were forbidden to go to. It was really heavy actually what was happening in ISKCON, but I think mostly of you knows, and or by the will of God in your heart, you will be revealed everything to you what is necessary to know what is. And but mostly when I come to in 2001 early, I think January, February, I come to India. I think it was my second trip to India, and my friends from ISKCON, we were a little bit fed up with our, temple in Czech. So that someone had the idea, let's go to India, we find something. I joined them, and I never imagined, because I loved Kirtan so much from the beginning. And first time I listened, excuse me, because many times I cannot control my emotions. Sometimes I lose my thread in speaking. I'm sorry, but one time I listened to Prabhupada, because the first time I immediately went to Vrindavan and the Indra Das. He gave us so many, because he only one time in his life, he met Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan in 75, and was the opening Govinda. And he was just chanting. Prabhupada was very impressed by his chanting. course, I can speak maybe all night, what was happening to Radha's. And anyone they are available today on internet, his recordings and this. But for me was the destiny that by Krishna and Guru Mercy, I could spend like 5 years in Vrindavan and doing some service and have some association of such nice Vaishnavas. And unfortunately, I realized he left his body very early. And I was thinking to speak just 2 things, but he told us that one time he had a dream with Srila Prabhupada, and he was crying in the dream that he was so much wanted to see Krishna and his let's say swarup, or it was all life was looking for Kragmark, how to achieve Krishna. What was the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So he said, okay, I live in Vrindavan, and of course what he was doing, it was also by the instruction of his guru, Srila Prabhupada, that you stay in Vrindavan and you recover that lost 24-hour kirtan. So it was also by the instruction, as we hear, it was not his musical. So he was asking his guru, Srila Prabhupada, in a dream, like, I can worship Krishna and get it as a Giri Govardhana. And is it okay? And he said, yes, you worship him as a Gopal, but you must never neglect his worship, because I felt every day watching. But when he woke up, his pillow was completely wet with tears. And last thing I wanted to say that excuse me.
Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Gaur Pramanande.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Appropriate Nanda Mahotsav ki,